Hello everyone, myself Shiva Prasad. I'm Corporate Financial Reporting Faculty for CMA Final Masterminds Guntur. So I hope you prepared well for the examination and the judgment day arrives. So today we are going to discuss day before examination strategy for CFR. So let us see, in corporate financial reporting, we are having the questions consist of total 8 types questions they are asking here. In that, question number 1 is consist of total 15 MCQs. So all 15 MCQs, each one carries 2 marks, that we already know, and the questions are coming from recent examinations. When you check, all chapters they are covering, all Ind AS part and non-Ind AS part they are covering for the examinations. And when it comes to 2A, so here the 2A, 2B and 3A, these questions are covering from Ind AS. In this, specifically, you have to prepare from Ind AS 16 property, plant and equipment, 38 intangible assets, 36 impairment of assets. The combination of 16 with 36 or 38 with 36. So definitely they are asking one question from it. And apart from that, you have to check 102, which is share based payments, and 116 leases, and also you have to prepare from 115, we are having revenue from contract with customers, and 113 fair value measurement. Okay, so only one time they are asked in the previous examination fair value measurement. And moreover, these are the very important standards that you are going to touch, majorly tested in these questions. So total 3 questions are coming from Ind AS. And when it comes to 3B, compulsory question we are getting from valuation. Either they are going to ask valuation of shares or valuation of goodwill in this part. So after change of syllabus, till now there is no question paper without valuation. So we can say valuation of shares and valuation of goodwill is compulsorily they will ask you in the examination for 7 marks. You have to be ready for that. And also when it comes to 4A, they are asking the questions either from financial instruments or NBFC. So when they are asking from financial instruments, NBFC they will not touch. So when they are asking for NBFC, financial instruments they will not ask. But most probable cases to get for 7 marks financial instruments, so you have to check. At the same time, NBFC they can also test it in MCQs. When it comes to 4B, this is also a compulsory question. Every attempt they are asking internal reconstruction. So from internal reconstruction, 4B question they are asking from June 2023 onwards in every examination. So here compulsory in the examination we will get one valuation question and one internal reconstruction question for sure. And when it comes to 5th question, which is coming from business combinations, and 6th question from consolidation. So compulsory 14 marks. There's the standard questions we are having here. While coming to business combination, you have to touch all the areas. In business combination, direct acquisition method, and also we are having reverse acquisition method. And some questions we are having business combination under common control, and every aspect of business combination you have to touch. At the same time, coming to the consolidation, you need to check all the adjustments of consolidation. Okay, so these are the 2 standard questions they will give in the examination. And you can take a choice after seeing the question. If you want to take a choice out of this both after seeing the question paper, so which one is made easy for you, so then you can choose that one. When it comes to 7th question, we are having 7A. This is also a compulsory question. In 7A, they are asking questions from recent developments, from value added statement or economic value added or market value added. In every question paper, any one they are asking here, either from value added statements or economic value added or market value added. And 7B, recent developments, they are asking one theory question. So the theory question can be from anywhere, like CSR reporting we are having, integrated reporting we are having, quarterly earnings call we are having, XBRL we are having. So any one theory question they are going to ask for 7 marks in the question number 7B. When it comes to 8th question, we have 3 subparts here. In question number 8A and 8B, 2 theory questions we are coming from government accounting. Especially from government accounting, 2 theory questions they are going to ask. Okay, so the mostly and most repeated questions from the previous examination you have to take in consideration. At the same time, funds, we are having three types of funds in government accounting, and you have to read out that three funds. So that is a repeated question. And the Government Accounting Standard Advisory Board, GASAB, and short notes of we are having PAC committee, Public Accounts Committee. These all things you are going to study. And also we are having IGAS and IGFRS, the standard names you have to be very clear. And IGAS 1, 2, 3 you have to study completely. When it comes to 8C, one question they are asking for 4 marks either from business combination or from consolidation. From business combination means every time they are asking about step acquisition. When you're having a step acquisition, business combination achieved in stages, such question they're going to test you. Or from consolidation, if they want to ask you either purchase of additional stake or sale of existing stake, such kind of questions they're asking for this 4 marks. So this all about the things. So damn sure compulsorily in examination we are getting valuation compulsory 7 marks, and internal reconstruction compulsory 7 marks, and value added statement compulsory 7 marks, and business combination 114 marks, and consolidation 114 marks. And coming to here, theoretically 8A and 8B theory questions will come, and 7B theory questions will come. And coming to 8C, one question either from business combination or consolidation. Okay, so in this last moment, sir, what I have to study? So where I have to focus? So when it comes to Ind AS part, so I'm suggesting you that, so whenever you want to go for a quick revision, go for Ind AS part first. First you complete, it is a quick revision, okay? It's not a time for preparation here. It is a quick revision. Whatever you prepared earlier, you have to go on a quick glance. We're having here Ind AS 16, 38, 36 and 115, 116. You have to be very carefully, you have to study, okay? So I'll give you the time allotment and all the things. And while coming to the next, definitely you have to touch the valuation part, business combination and consolidation. So when it comes to, so how much will be the allotted time for preparation? So we are very near to the examination. So let us see, we can take a serial number, topic and time allotment. So for preparation, I am discussing over here. So first one, you can study Ind AS, complete 16, 36, 38. We're having borrowing cost also, very small topic, and 115, 116. So for this, you can take at least 2 hours for a quick revision. 2 hours for a quick revision. Ind AS 16. So you need to check that. What is initial recognition, subsequent recognition, modes of acquisition, and models of, we can say models of recognition. So these things will be common for 16 and 38 as well. And impairment of assets also you have to go for it. And when coming to borrowing cost, we are having when the borrowing cost to be capitalized, when borrowing cost to be charged. Specific borrowings treatment, general borrowings treatment. While coming to 115, 116, the content is very huge. While coming to leases, 116, mainly you have to focus on lessee books of accounts. In lessee books of accounts, how the accounting treatment will be held. In case of remeasurement, in case of modification of leases, you have to check on to it. And coming to 115, revenue from contract with customer. In last 5 attempts, they're asking 2 times a single question, which is question on discount voucher. You should be very carefully, you have to present the discount voucher problem. When discount voucher is there, so you have to we have to allocate the transaction price towards the discount voucher and the other performance obligations. So just you go through that from Ind AS 115. So within 2 hours you have to complete this as a quick revision. So second one we are having business combination. So and third one we are having consolidation. For business combination and consolidation, so you have to take 1.5 hours. We can say 1.5 hours for business combination, 1.5 hours for consolidation. In business combination, you need to cover all the aspects, like we are having acquisition method, business combination under common control, business combination under reverse acquisition, business combination, we having that achieved in stages. These all things we have to cover. While coming to consolidation, all adjustments you have to cover. Impairment adjustment for goodwill, that is most important, recently asking in the examination. And we're having that revaluation adjustment, unrealized profit adjustment we are having. At the same time, we're having intercompany transaction adjustments. And if revaluation is taken place, how to calculate the additional depreciation or reduction in depreciation. That is also the major adjustments we are having. And also like a dividend adjustment. So for pre-acquisition or post-acquisition, dividend adjustment. These are the major important adjustment you have to cover in consolidation. While coming to the next, so fourth one, just to follow remaining Ind AS. Small Ind AS are there. Okay, it will cover in most of the MCQs. Like we're having share-based payments. Okay, so if you understand the share-based payments, when you're having cash settlement plan, equity settlement plan, just you go through it in 102. And when it comes to Ind AS 12, you know that deferred tax assets or deferred tax liabilities, they won't ask you the question, they will include these things either in business combination question or consolidated question. So you know the concept of DTA and DTL. So when to recognize DTA, when to recognize DTL in case of business combination, everything we discussed in Ind AS 12. And next one, 113, hardly it will take 10 minutes for revision, fair value measurement. We're having 3 to 4 questions over there. Transaction cost, transportation cost, most advantageous market and principal market valuations will be there. You have to check on it. And we are having 108 operating segments. Okay, so comparatively to segment reporting in your CA intermediate, CMA final 108 segment reporting, which is operating segments, are very easy. Okay, so you have to conduct revenue test, result test, and assets test, and which one is the reportable segments you have to make. And we are having chief operating decision maker. So how the CODM affects the reporting of segmentation, these all things you need to learn from Ind AS 108. So for this, you can take 1.5, 1.5 hour for a quick revision for these standards. And when it comes to fifth one, so we are having recent developments in financial reporting. Recent developments in financial reporting is completely theory and most repeated questions and most important questions. So very okay, so they're going to ask in the examination most repeated questions. So you can check previous examination papers. For 2 hours at least you have to spend for theory. Recent developments in financial reporting. And we're having that valuation. It's very important, valuation and financial instruments. So valuation and financial instruments. Valuation, so majorly they're asking super profits method, goodwill calculation. At the same time, sometimes they're going to ask you valuation of shares under asset backing method, or we are having earnings based method. And so that will be covered in valuation part. And financial instrument, financial liability, transaction cost allocation and financial liability accounting treatment, you have to be check on it. So here we are having at least you have to spend 1.5 hours, so 1.5 hours for the valuation and financial instruments. And we can go with the remaining Ind AS. So for quick revision, 21 and 8. So half an hour for this. So half an hour for Ind AS 8. In Ind AS 8, accounting policies, change in accounting estimates and errors. So how to resolve the questions, you have to check on it. And direct question we cannot expect for 7 marks in the examination, but MCQs definitely they will give you. And 21, we're having effects of changes in foreign exchange rates. So here we have to check out. So for foreign currency transaction, what is the accounting, and foreign operation, what is the accounting? Only 2 models of questions we had, just to go through it. And if you have time, then you can go with gain on disposal of foreign operations. Such type of questions also you have to check on it. And next, when it comes to government accounting. Government accounting, at least you will take 2 hours time for all theory questions, especially fund, consolidated fund, public account, and contingency fund, contingency reserve. So what are the, okay, so they're asking the short notes of that funds. And at the same time, we're having in government accounting like PAC committee and a CAG role and duties and government accounting standards advisory board. Okay, so you have to give a short note for that also. And these all things will be covered under government accounting. And finally, half an hour you can spend for NBFC. Okay, so very rarely they will ask you, but if they ask, it's a very easy provision calculation for hire purchase assets and provision calculation when you're having NBFC, deposit taking NBFC and non-deposit taking NBFC, or deposit taking NBFC systemically important and non-deposit taking NBFC systematically we can say systemically not important. So such things we are having here, and almost it will cover almost 13 hours. So it will complete your 13 hours time for the preparation and quick revision of CFR. So that is all about the thing relating to final study, and all the very best for your examination.